Don't know if it's live yet. Yes, it is. 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah, it's live. So, I don't know if you followed the other one. I put another link on, and it messed up as normal. It's normal. IT issues. That's all I'm saying. I've got my tablet as well, so I can read any comments if there's any comments. It is one of them. So, welcome back. I did miss last week's. Last week, I was working away, so I did miss last week's chatting. Or I've had so much to chat about. It's just I were working away. I were on some training, so I did miss that. Charlotte, number one fan. Where do I start? Cadwell Park. Let's go back to the beginning. Raced at Cadwell Park. All my videos from Cadwell Park are up. If you haven't watched them, go and watch them. Especially my last race. I think I've called it breaking like top rack Razgatlioglu, and you'll see why. My best race so far, easily by far. Couple of vids have gone up after it as well. Costa Racing, so Costa Racing's gone on there, and Endurance. I uploaded Endurance on Sunday, and it weren't me doing Endurance. Round Racing. So Roger, Ben, and Nick. I got invited down to pits, and I did endurance racing with them. It's just 3 hours, and you think, I mean, I love the sound of motorbikes going by. I really, really do. I think it's brilliant. You know, that's that one. After 3 hours, not so much. It got a bit too much. I think at one stage I'm like, 2 hours in, my ears are bleeding. I did find that quite funny. If you want to ask me out or say anything, you can join in comments. Comments switched on, so it's one of them. You can ask me anything at all. So we had Cadwell. Now, like I said, I have only just finished uploading all videos onto YouTube. With YouTube, you can't just download everything at once, because then it thinks you're spamming, you know, the algorithms, and it blocks them, so no one can watch them anyway. So you have to still spread them out. It knows when I put videos out, but all my videos now from Cadwell Park are up. Since then, we've done Alton Park. It was a very, very quick turnaround. I had too many videos to upload before Alton. Alton Park videos will start tomorrow night. I'll have one out tomorrow night, and that'll be the drive to Alton Park. What I've noticed is I'm whinging a lot, and I mean a proper lot. And I think it's not. I think it's a common issue. I talk to a lot of people. And a lot of people seem to have the same thoughts on the matters. And it's mainly about sandbagging. I'll be honest. It's mainly about sandbagging. But it is what it is. I'm not blaming the lads directly. I think the organisers could have sorted it out earlier on in season. It is one of them. So I'm not blaming. It probably is lads sandbagging, like, but you know, organisers could have sorted it a lot better. And I do seem to have done a bit of whinging about sandbagging. Adam, oh, here we go. Adam, cheers for joining, mate. I agree with the whinging. Hey, you're a big boy now. So Adam's watching at this minute. Adam couldn't get in to Alton Park, Cadwell Park. And Adam, he got some big boy pants on. and Adam had to go and do Premier because he couldn't even get into Cup. And this is where I'm on about the sandbaggers. So sandbaggers are literally taking up places. And not only that, we did have 2 other lads in who've never done one single round at Cup in newcomer. And I put a video out on that, messing with points. That's on championship standings. But Adam literally went into Premier, and he's in Premier. He's done really well. I'm going to say he's done really well. Baz did as well. Baz Napersky. They both had to do Premier at Cadwell Park. Baz did well. Adam's done really well. And I spoke to him, and he did say he's got fastest he's ever gone. And he didn't come last in last race. So anything, it's a bonus. So he's progressed. Well done, Adam. Big boy pants on, mate. Geraint, is it Geraint or Geraint? Geraint? Nothing wrong with complaining. You should blame the lads. It's cheating. Yeah, it's sandbagging. It is what it is. You can't do all about it. They're if they want to win a trophy, they're going to do it, aren't they? It's as simple as that. If they don't want to race and get better, that's up to them. So it is one of them. Right, where were I before? Yeah, whinging. That's where I was on about. Cadwell Park. I love Cadwell Park. My best weekend by far. And what I learned were, don't use that launch control. Even though I'd been in computer and altered it to back to basic to what it should have been originally, because I thought that was a problem. I've stopped using launch control altogether. It just makes me have a useless start. So what I've done is I've gone back to just like these, that and that. Just traffic light starts. Give it a little bit of revs, old clutch, get biting point and go. And yes, it's not as fast, but I'm not losing as many places as I did using launch control. So launch control's out for me, not unless I can get some really good practicing on it. And then maybe I might bring it back in. But until then, I'm just doing it old school. Why don't they see how many of the Premier are short? Which is a good point. So within Premier, you've also got Super Series, and it's not full class, not full class at all. But if the really fast lads who were doing like podium times in Cup, if they moved up to Premier, that'd leave 5 places, easily 5 places open in Cup or newcomer. Because there's 17 of us, 17 people have raced in newcomer this year. A lot of them can't get in. What I will say is Max is in at Donington. I don't know if Brett is. Brett injured himself. Brett was supposed to be in at Alton. He injured himself. I know Max is in. Adam's obviously can't race with us newcomers anymore, Adam. But there's 17, but you can't always get in, and it's one of them. Let them sort it next year. Like I said, all the videos for Cadwell are up. Go and watch if you just want to watch one of my videos. Go and watch race 3, and you'll see. I've said I was good on brakes, and what I will say, I'll explain. Go and watch race 3, and I'll explain now, so you can see it. I overtook a couple of lads on Park Straight into Park Corner. I told you I was good on brakes. Now, I knew what Andy were going to do. So I was behind 3 people. And I knew Andy was going to go out to right and then bring it back to left before Hill. And I planned that the lap before. So I thought, right, as he went to right, I stayed to left. And when I thought he was going to turn over to left, I moved to right. And he sat up way too early. Going up, as you go up, Park Straight in flat, as you go up the hill, he were already sitting up. So I knew I had him. And I did only go for that one overtake. But I just let go at brake because they were going slow. And I actually overtook 3 of them. And yes, I did have to put them brakes on quite hard and I did make the corner. Only thing we not making that corner, well, should I say making the corner, was I went wrong gear. I just did not have, I weren't quick enough getting back down the box. I went into that corner in fourth. And you know what it's like when you go into a corner at wrong gear, when it just bogs down. And what you'll see is I then got overtaken again as soon as I got part around that corner. And I'm not sure if it were Andy or if it was one of the other lads. But then I dropped it a gear and then I undertook him into Chris. It was going wide and I went through into Gooseneck. Best racing I've ever done, honest to God. So I'll already explain, as I went into Park Corner, I only expected to get one, and I did all three. And it were literally, I'd made that decision, literally, as I went past Andy, they were going slow, and I just thought, let go of brake, and then re-braked, and I just flew past them. I was 7th on reverse to get into Newcomer. Oh, was that at Alton, or was that at Donington? So it's best if you can get someone who can get you in. You know, like if you know someone's not... It's like Dan Fletcher's quit racing. And what I've done with Dan is I've actually got him to... I think I sold Max Warner's place to Dan, if that makes sense. I'm sure it was... And I think I sold his Alton place, Dan's Alton place, to Brett. But Brett didn't turn up because he was injured. I believe. So, come on, Brett, stop being a loser. Yeah, little fabricated injury. Right, so Cadwell, go and watch Cadwell. Absolutely loved it. I did have a little whinge about people messing with points because it in reality, 75 points for and I'm not blaming Perry. Perry Mattyface absolutely annihilated us. And in fairness, it didn't sandbag. It went straight back. It went straight into Cope. So at Alton, it were in Cope. So I'm not blaming him. You know, it were fast. I think he came 3rd overall at Cadwell, and then he did go into Cope. So big up to Perry Mattyface, I think his name is. Big up to him. He has done really well. I'm going to say your name wrong. Durant. Gives a thumbs up if Durant. If it's Durant, put a thumbs up. I'll have a few goes. Donington. If I know anyone who's getting rid of the Donington place, I'll give you a shout. And then that way, at least you can get first dibs if anyone's not going to do Donington and just buy their place off them. So that's good. After Donington, it was such a quick turnaround with Andy Dalton. What I will say is bike's running fine. I got spoiled with them new tyres. Oh, spoiled. So Craig Sharman bought me a set of tyres. First time I've ever had brand new tyres on a track. I've had them on a motorbike on road, don't get me wrong. But Craig actually bought me brand new tyres at Cadwell Park. And the difference in them tyres, I guess I'm saying it wrong. Such a difference, brand new tyres. Now the Alton, and I were saving my money. I did a bit of overtime, to be honest. But I were saving it for Donington to buy some new tyres for Donington. And no, I spent it on a new tyre at Alton Park, which were a bit of a downer. Alton Park weren't the best. Let's put it this way. I'll probably use that tyre still in qualifying. I don't want to spoil it too much. I'm going to give a big, massive shout out to Andy Stewart. I've been racing against Andy all year. Didn't really see him at Snetterton. I was racing against Ryan. And then at Brands, it was me, Ryan, and Andy. And that's where I really saw Andy. Really fast in a straight line. But I'm going to give him a shout out. Andy Stewart has been my main competition this year. Every round it's been like me and Andy, and he was involved in an accident. So hopefully he's absolutely fine. You know, he's not fine, but hopefully everything's going okay. Get better soon. I don't think he'll be racing this year. And hopefully I see Andy next year. What I will say is he absolutely flew. I had no way he would have. It was way faster than me at Alton Park. And he did Armed Forces race. He got third place. Absolutely fantastic. I've looked at Championship, Armed Forces Championship, and I think he's in third there. Third or fourth place in Armed Forces Championship. But he's injured. I'm afraid that's his season over. But if you do watch it, Andy, get better soon, mate, and hopefully see you next year. Just over in my category. Sandbag. So, no, all the best to Andy. He were in a crash. An accident, I'll say. Sorry. So, hopefully, Andy gets better for next year. And Ben Newbury, he did himself at Donington. So, hopefully, Ben gets back for next year as well. I am racing next year. I will put that out there. I've already upgraded my license. I haven't put any videos out for Alton yet. They'll start tomorrow, and it's just because of time scales. So videos will start coming out for Alton. Without spoiling it, I will skip a bit about Alton without spoiling anything. What I will say is, lovely track, lovely track. Weather's a bitch. Weather's a bitch, and it does interfere. So I am going to skip over Alton Park. Just watch the videos, you'll see what I mean. And literally, it's just waiting for. Oh, that's where I'm going. I've got rid of my busy vest. I'm a cup lad for next year. I've got rid of my newcomer license already. So I've been waiting since Croft. So at Croft, to get rid of your newcomer license, to get rid of your busy vest, what you've got to do is you've got to do 10 race events, not 10 races, 10 race events. An event is one day. So you've got to complete a race on a day to get one like stamp, one event. After 10 events, you can then upgrade your license and get rid of your busy vest. I put mine in at Croft. That's when I got my 10th race event. I had to phone them up, and I phoned them up, ACU, quite a few times. And eventually, they've done it. Shit me sen. And I mean, shit me sen. They put me as a national. So when I got confirmation that my license had changed, been upgraded, it come back as a national. I phoned them straight up. And I've got it put back down to Cup. So I'm just a cup lad. Oh, am I going to get a new bike? No. I'm going to stick with BMW again for next year. I'm good. While we're in close season, I'll probably put videos up of refreshing it. I'm not too bad on tools, to be honest. I've changed a few gearboxes. I've mainly worked on Yamahas. I've still got 3 Yamahas now. You know, I've got 2 for sale if anyone. One's a track bike and one's a road bike. But if you want a R1, 08 R1 for racing or track days, I've got an 08 R1. And then I've got a Thundercat if you want a little 600 for winter. It's coming up to winter. You need a winter rack. Come on. No, I've got. Yeah, I've done a lot of work on Yamahas. I'm not bad on tools, so I will be literally taking engine out. Take gearbox out. I've got a company. I found them on Facebook, believe it or not, and they just advertised. Someone put them on. I'm not going to name them because I'm going to ask them if they want discount. If I can get a good discount, and then I'll name them. But this company that undercut the gearbox. I wish I'd done this on Yamahas because Yamahas got a shit gearbox. 2nd and 5th. If you've ever had an R1, you know what I mean. They're just literally pants. So I've changed a few gearboxes. So I'll take my engine out, strip it down a bit, give it a good clean out, just refresh it myself, because there's a bit of a difference between me doing it and other companies. them other companies can charge anywhere from 2 to 4 grand. I'm not being funny. I can't afford 2 to 4 grand. She wants an holiday. So, I'm not going to be doing that, am I? We're going on holiday. If I can look after me, which I can look after. So next year, BMW still, and then I might think I do miss me Yamahas, to be honest. I wish I'd stuck with Yamaha, but I always wanted a Beamer. I got a Beamer. I've now raced up Beamer. I am going to race on it next year because I've learnt it this year, and hopefully next year I'm better and faster, which I have got every single round. I've got faster and quicker anyway. So I'm happy with bike at this minute. Very happy with bike at minute, but I probably will revert back to an R1. Just not yet. Just not next year. Just can't afford it, to be honest. And I do want another full year on Beamer just to see if it's me up bike. It's the bike. It didn't. When you look ahead to 26, what would right? So CJ1, go and watch. I've done a full series. It's a continuing series, and it's, if you look in my playlist, it's how much it costs to go amateur racing. Yeah, it's caused some controversy. But what I do is I do it as full price. If you're buying brand new tyres every weekend and all that sort of stuff, you Johnny Big Balls can afford everything. I've done that version, and I've done my skin toe version, which I've used scrubs a lot, and I have on that I do say how much it costs. Currently, I have, funny enough, I just recorded on Sunday the one from Alton Park. So Cadwell Park's up. Go and have a look at the Cadwell Park one, and that'll tell you how much. That's 6 rounds in, done Alton Park, and the last round's Donington Park. So literally, I've got one more round to do, and then it's about saving up. I know already that September, October, November, December, January, February, we'll probably race in March. I've got 6 months to save up as much as I can, do as much overtime as I can to go racing. Because, like I said, Craig spoilt me with brand new tyres. And even if I'm just buying one tyre each round, that still adds a lot of money. Because there's a total difference with them tyres. So I will be doing overtime. I will, any overtime I can get. And also, I know me and girlfriend went away early in the year. We went away before racing, just before racing. Or after the first race, I can't remember. I can't remember if it was just before first race in March or just after the first race in March. We went away, but we hadn't had a proper summer holiday. And yeah, she wants a summer holiday. It's like a lot of lads go Spain and that for for track days in winter. I'm not being funny. If I'm going away, we're going skiing. Do you know what I mean? We'll go probably Austria skiing. I'd rather do that than go abroad to go on a racetrack. I'm happy just doing that. And end of the day, I've got to keep Mrs. happy. I don't want to be that, that selfish where we're not having holidays or anything just because I'm racing. That's not how we work. So I do need to save up for an holiday next year. Hence, I won't be getting a new bike. I'll do as much overtime as I can get. And it is literally to pay. It's to pay for racing because it's not cheap. CJ1, I've done a few SM track days on an SV 550, and it was getting a bit stupid. I think with no limits, it's not bad because literally you pay a deposit at the beginning of year, literally worst time of year. So you pay a deposit. I think it was January. You pay a deposit, and then you just pay monthly. My last month, so you pay like direct debit to go racing. Test days you pay all as a one. Garages you pay as a one. I mean, I can make it cheaper. Don't do track days, test days. Don't do garages, but I think that's part of it. So that alone, test days and the garage is £1,000 straight away. And you can't put them on direct debit there, like you got to pay for them. But for something, I'm trying to justify payments. For something so good and so fun, and it's just such a buzz racing. It's definitely worth it just to. And don't forget, I haven't won a trophy. I haven't been up podium. Closest I've got is 4th. So that's the closest I've ever got to being on a podium. But that's good for me. Do you know what I mean? I'd say it's not about winning, but it is. Everything's about winning. One day you hope to win. Do you know what I mean? And I think, but the love of racing, it's another level. It's like everything about it, the people, the tracks, Brands GP. Doing first time I've ever been, loved it. I'd have hated it if I'd have ever done that little Indy circuit, to be honest, which is what everyone else does. I really do think the tracks that they go to, and Cadwell has always been my favourite. Snetterton's been my favourite. I think Donington's becoming my favourite track. And it's mint, we do GP circuit. I think it's GP full circuit. We do full circuit. And I do absolutely think it's brilliant. How much is a garage? Right, so if you do a GoFundMe, nah, I can't be doing that. It's an hobby. Why? I don't want people to GoFundMe to go racing. Nah, that's not happening. They can sponsor me. If they want to sponsor me, they can sponsor me, and I'll plaster the name everywhere. But I'm not doing a GoFundMe. How much is a garage? Right, so garages, 210 quid for year. That's how much you were this year. 30 quid. So there's only 7. We do 8 rounds, but only 7 places Cadwell don't have garages. So you've got to make your own. I've got a race gazebo. You'll have seen that. If you watch any of my races, you'll see me gazebo instead, in my race tent instead. But normally I just pay 210 quid for garages. 30 quid means you've got electric, means you're dry, you don't have to worry about taking a gazebo. I've got my caravan conversion, Anna, so literally I just go and live in there, but my bike's over in garage, and it's nice and safe-ish. You know what I mean? Bit of a buzz as well around there. What I will say is it's not as good a community in the garage, because when you're out with lads in your little bit, because what you tend to do is you get there, it's normally me, I normally get there first, and I save spaces for Lenny and Lee, and try and get it all together, because we are in reality a little racing family, and we just have such a laugh. All Lee's family turns up, Janine turns up, Lenny's missus, his daughter, or Bobby, they turn up. I've just had friends turn up. Me, that's about it. Missus is too busy. Let's put it that way. Living the dream. How much of a buzz? I used to, when I was a kid. This is CJ. I used to have motorbikes as a kid. I used to have to save up. I had paper rounds and all that sort of stuff, and saved up and just had any old shit bike. And I used to come from a pit village, and there was something called pit tip, where all crap were, and you just went up at pit tip. All lads did. So you just had any old shit bike, went up at fields, up through woods, up pit tip, and had a laugh. And then got a bike on road, which is the only bike. Oh no, I had a Bandit, but that weren't for long. I had a Kawasaki K800, and I could tell you, Reg, my first ever proper road bike, it was a Kawasaki K800, heavy as hell. I tried to wheel it and fell off. I crashed. That wheel was not coming up. THL 926Y. So if anyone's got that bike, give us a shout up. That was my first ever road bike. I saved up, bought it off one of my friends for 200 quid, and rode that. And then literally, I didn't pass my car test till I was 21. So it was a remote bike. Then once I passed my car test, obviously ended up getting married and having cars. And wait until I got divorced, I bought myself a new bike again. Yeah. And then I got straight back on road. But then started to do track days. After track, and I thought track days were good. Racing's another league. And I don't mean I do mean the lads are so fast. I thought I was good on a track on racetrack, you know, fast group, mid pack to front, no in it front, mid pack. And I went racing. I'm at the back. These lads are fast, you know what I mean? So some proper talent on racing. I tell you what I love, learning from them. And yeah, there's some really, really young lads. I'm letting someone have a go on my motorbike at Donington. I'm not going to say who, because obviously I don't know if he wants me to. But I'm letting someone have a go on my bike. He's never rode it before. He's going to set a time, and I'm going to see if I can get anywhere near it. Let's put that. And it's no one in Newcomer. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say who it is, because I don't know if he wants it to be known. But someone's going to have a little go on my bike at Donington, and set me a lap to do. I'll probably video it there, to be honest, and he'll probably be all right with it there. I just don't want to name him now, because he's sponsored, and that's all I'm going to say about it. On that one, absolutely so different from track days racing. You will never ever get a buzz on a track day like you do from racing. Your first ever track day, you will get such a buzz on, especially when you go home in one piece and you think you've won MotoGP. And that, let's put it this way, I come anywhere near back. You know what I mean? I don't care. You know, when I finish a race, I celebrate like I've won, especially if I've Cadwell. I did. Cadwell, I proper celebrated like I won, just because of how I rode at Cadwell. And I waved at marshals, I waved at people around track. I don't care. They paid the money. Marshals have done a fantastic job. I can't say enough about marshals. I'm supposed to having something going off with marshals. Paula from No Limits is going to sort something out at Donington, so I can literally go in with marshals and have a chat with them. So, but absolutely do I celebrate every single race I finish. Every race I finish, it's like I've won, even though I ain't. It feels like I'm a winner. I am a winner. My granddaughter will say different. Even the other day she called me a loser. Cheeky. Tell my little sister we couldn't go here or there as we're going all over. Motocross. I've never been saying that. I never got into motocross as an adult. I just did it as a kid. We went to, you know, that's what we did. You weren't allowed on roads on motorbikes before. So, you know, before I was 16, but woods and everything. One of my friends, Justin, me and Justo lived next to each other, and God, we had some shit bikes, but we had such a laugh. They were always bodged together also. I think one time we had some mole grips on gear lever to change gear. It was that good. Paddock banter is amazing. It's like proper party, especially on Saturday night. I think Saturday night's the night. Friday, everyone's just getting set up and just chilling out. You know, maybe you've done a test day or a track day. But then Saturday night, you've got your qualifying, you've done your race one, endurance is done, and everyone's just like celebrating sort of thing. So Saturday, you know, where best one ever been? Croft. When I was at Croft, I was walking down and I was going to see Lenny and Lee. They were up other end. And I was walking down, and honestly, they were playing beer pong and all that. This is in middle at paddocks, and like loads of people. It was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. You don't get on track days. I can't afford track days. Like I said, I'm just a normal bloke. I had minimal I had some saving, not much, not made of money. I'm just a normal bloke. A little bit of savings. I paid all deposits, paid monthly for stuff, and literally, you've got Donington, Brands, and Donington second time. So this last one, they're not on test days. The dearest tracks, they've got it made, haven't they? They've got it covered in reality. So Brands Arch, that were a track day, not a test day. That were extortionate, and it was shit. There were that many crashes because you've got normal people, and it's not their fault. You've got normal people getting on with races, and races are literally using it as a test day. I think that's where the issue is, and normal riders aren't used to keeping a proper line, or like I said, I thought I was good in fast group. You get on one of them days just before racing, and they're fast lads. And the techno prison, even though it's a track day, the testing. So Brands, Donington, they're all track days, and they're extortionate. I think I paid for the track day at Donington, which is the day just before, £200. I think Brands were 259 quid or something like that. I'd have to look back on me how much it costs. But then all others are test days. A lot of lads do track days who are racing, especially Gavin. Gavin is my favourite. Gavin's leading our championship. Such a nice lad. And I really, really do want... Don't get me wrong. I talk to everyone. I do talk to everyone. And I have a laugh with everyone. Snow, I think it's Gavin... I'm sure Snowball's 40. Oh, we are looking. I think he's something like 47, 48 points behind. Gavin literally can win it after the first race at Donington, I think, because if he beats Snowball, it'll be 50 points, and he won't have to do these last two races, and he could still walk away. David's a little bit behind Snowball. I'm 3 points behind Gareth. So I could nick Gareth's fourth place. Gareth's fast anyway. But we'll see. We'll see on that one. But Gavin is my favourite. Gavin was on a track day literally. The day before it was his birthday. We were at Donington Park practicing already. I don't know if he paid for it or if his girlfriend paid for it. I don't know. But it would seem that a lot of lads are still doing track days. I don't know how they get time off, and I don't know how they can afford it. Simple as. I definitely can't afford track days. And yeah, definitely can't afford track days while I'm racing. It's just too much for me. I've got other bills. I've got other stuff that I need to pay. So track days, I'm afraid, are out. I just do the racing. Let's get some of these questions. Agreed. I've been looking at getting back into racing, probably vintage. Oh, CJ. It is. It depends what your class is expensive, I think, with racing. You can do it CB 500, you can do it 400, even 600. 600s. It's not. I suppose ties are cheaper. Well, if you're going to do, there's an old school thou. They're in with us. So old school thou, newcomer thou, and cup thou. We all race together. Hence the grid's like 40. So there's normally about 40 of us on grid. Old school, it depends on your bike, but they're literally ranging from like 07, 08, 09, anything before that. So that's a cheaper option. If anyone wants to buy an 08 R1, I've got one, race ready. It in, you've got to put a shark fin on and stuff like that and thingy, but I am selling one. £4 first come first set, and you can have all parts with it. Look at me selling stuff. That'll pay for racing next year. But you can, there's old school, which if you've already got a bike or you've got an old track bike that you're thinking, I suppose that's one. But the cost will always be the same to go racing. I also, on my how much it costs, I also do fuel going to the track, the petrol I use, and then anything I buy, foot bike. Not, my car broke down once and I had to rent a van. I put that on it. You know what I mean? Them things happen, but normal stuff like I'm about to buy tyres for a car, I can put that on, drop links and stuff like that. Normal day-to-day running of the car, I don't, but I do fuel. I work it out and tell you how much it costs for me to travel. I live up in northeast, so I'm literally a lot of tracks, 200 mile away. You know, 170, well, 186 to Alton Park, 175 to Cadwell, 260 something were it to Snetterton, and so closest ones to me is Croft. When you consider a track day is the same price as a rear tyre, I still think a track day is more beneficial. True, but I was right. I'll explain this rear tyre. I did some overtime, and I was saving that money so that I could buy a front and rear tyre. Now, Craig treated me to a brand new set of tyres at Cadwell Park, and I used that fully. But the front was still good. The front would still do a new rear. So it did spoil me, and they were like, there's such a difference. So I ended up just buying a rear, not a front. And so I did buy a rear. Also, obviously, YouTube. I'll talk about YouTube. I've mentioned it on my last how much it costs, which is the Alton Park one. You've not seen that one yet. YouTube. And I'm going to thank absolutely everyone who watches, everyone who's got involved, anything to do with YouTube that you've watched or you've liked. And if you do like it, give us a subscribe. If you don't, throw us a like. If you can, throw us a like, because YouTube algorithms then promote it more, and just doesn't keep it stagnant with my normal viewers. It'll open it out more. So throw us a sub wherever it is down there, and throw us a like if you can. Even if you think I'm talking shit, just throw us a like. It'll just share it out. But YouTube, believe it or not, it took me a while to get monetized, which I'm going to thank absolutely everyone who's ever watched, everyone who's thrown me a like, anyone who's commented. Thank you. I'm getting monetized, and I'm going to go into how much I make off YouTube. I ain't Matt Armstrong. If you don't know who Matt Armstrong is, Google him or YouTube him, and you'll see. Because I do love all different types of vehicles, doing, and I do watch Matt Armstrong. I do watch Chris Slicks, Mark McG, you name them, I watch them. So I do tend to watch YouTube more than I watch TV now. But with regards to, I forgot. I forgot. YouTube. I am going to disclose every single penny I've made. And it's going to be, we've got Donington Park in about 3 weeks, and I'll be doing a final count. And I'm going to disclose how much I make on YouTube on that. I don't make a lot, but it's more than I ever thought I would. And I always said about YouTube, and this is why I wanted to document everything about going racing. This is my first year going racing. You can look at my old stuff. Someone actually commented on one of me. I'll tell you what it was. Someone commented on my track day from Snetterton at the beginning of this year. The first time I'd been on track this year at Snetterton. We had racing that weekend, and I paid for track day before, and then obviously I were on the test day. And they were, obviously, I didn't have my timer on. I didn't care. I was just going to go on a bike. I've never really ridden or raced, and first day back on bike, you know, when you're aching like shit. and someone commented saying you shouldn't be in fast group doing a 2:23. Well, I didn't even time it, but thanks for timing it. I can't even remember who it was. But they commented on that video saying you're dangerous. My reply were, look at my lines. I didn't deviate from my lines. And there's a bit of a difference between what I did on the track day. It's a track day. You know what I mean? And probably that session I videoed weren't my fastest session. What did I finish with? 2:08 or a 2:0? No, I can't remember. 2:08 I finished with. You know, like, so I'm racing, doing my lines and my lines, doing, if you go faster, get on track. But literally someone had a little dig and I just thought, nah, whatever. It is what it is. I've now forgot what I was talking about. Oh, YouTube. So yes, I am going to disclose everything about YouTube. I don't do bad off it. I'm very, very surprised about YouTube, how much I make on it. What I will say is, I put so many hours into it, and it's like, I never thought it'd take this much time to do stuff for YouTube. It's not just remembering to video. It's editing. It's like downloading it and, you know, changing it from computer to laptop, you know, from cameras, because I have different cameras and all that sort of stuff. It takes so much time. Even on a race weekend, I can be up to like 1:30 in the morning uploading stuff because I need to clear memory card ready for next day because I don't want it to get corrupted. I've had that where, even though cameras are really good, I've got an Instago 3S. I bought it. I've got a GoPro 8. I mean, I tend to use Go 3S. It's so much better. What it's like in a crash, I don't know, but I don't want to find out either. So I do download any material straight away. So if it hits the floor and gets corrupted, I've lost it. But there's a lot of hours going to YouTube, and I don't make. I'm not going to retire. Let's put it that way. But already, I will say already, it's way over halfway to a tire, which I said at the beginning of doing all this. Even if it pays for a tire at end of season, I'm happy. You know what I mean? So I'm going to disclose everything I've made off YouTube, but that'll be on probably my last how much it costs to go racing video. But no, thanks for everyone who has actually watched my YouTube. You're on watch Obsession Engineering. I've watched him no end of times. So Obsession Engineering, I do watch it. I tell you what I used to watch. It's Chasing Tents, and he doesn't do it anymore. I think he's only done one video this year. Is it Abdi? I think I'm sure his name's Abdi. I used to like watching Chasing Tents, and that's where I got the idea. And say what you want, but the idea were, oh, if he's doing it, why don't I document me coming in as a brand new person into it? So it were from Chasing Tents where I'm like, I'm going to do that. I'm going racing. Why don't I do it? And why don't I try it? But he didn't do it. I've only seen him once, and I think it were at Brands Hatch. I saw him just walk by in pits. Or I think you were recording or taking pictures of Jamie Harris at JAS Racing, does endurance. I'm sure that's the only time I've seen him, but I used to watch his. I do watch other. I watch Josh Brooks. I definitely watch Lee Jarrett, LJ Motorsport. He's my mate, but I do watch his stuff. He needs to put more stuff out. He's gone a bit quiet on it. I know he's got work, but he does doing that. Love Dave's channel. Yeah, he's such a nice bloke. I haven't met him. Obviously, there were the two lads at Alton Park, which were Alton Park, yeah. One of them were his lads. So yeah, that's Obsession. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've been in pits talking to people. I've been in pits with Nitrous, so they sponsor Kyle. They're two really nice lads, them. Come meet a nice pair of lads, and I just couldn't believe DV Paul watches my stuff. So doing, and Kyle were there, but I don't do sneakies. I don't do sneaky recordings or anything like that. You know, like Paul come off and crashed his bike. I'm sure it's Paul. I kept getting names wrong all weekend. And they were fixing his bike, and Kyle actually came and helped fix bike, but I didn't do sneaking video him. Oh look, Kyle ride, fixing bikes. It's not bad, but Kyle's here to race, you know, to ride a bike, and he were helping his mates. Why would I intrude? It's like there is other lads, you know, British Superbikes, the World Superbike lads. God, where were they? Donington. I can't even say the name. There were two lads, and they're from World Superbikes, Spanish, couldn't speak a word of English, and they were there at Donington. I'm not videoing them, they're there to race. It's one of them. So there's a lot of lads, and you see a lot of people, but I'm not going to be intrusive and do sneakers. If Kyle Rad does want to come on my channel, he can. If you're watching this, Kyle, I've got photos of me always in front of you. Never behind. Yeah, I'm always in front of you on my photos, which is a bit of a laugh. But there's so many nice lads in them pits. Right. Donington's coming up soon. As I've let out a few times now, and I've definitely let out in the videos that are going to be coming out in the next few weeks. Doing 3, and I've just uploaded a 3-hour endurance, which I didn't do. That was round racing. Roger, Ben, and Nick invited me down, and I recorded that 3-hour endurance, just what it were about. And I have helped in endurance before, you know, like especially last year I helped Roger with Oddballs with Nicky Williams and Aaron and Tim, and I were helping last year. And what we've decided is, and it's common knowledge, we're doing endurance at Donington. So we've still got our sprint races. So we've got qualifying, race 1, qualifying for endurance and endurance on the Saturday, then race 2, race 3 on Sunday. But we're actually doing endurance, 3-hour endurance. And it's mainly for Lee. It's Lee's literally last race weekend. And we're doing it as a team. It's a proper team. If you want to come down, support us, the Factory Boys were called. It's cost literally, Lenny's got all factory gear, Lee's got all factory manpower. So there's only me who's not really factory, and me and Ryan, but we're called Factory Boys. They're saying I'm getting to be factory now that I'm buying new tyres. We're called Factory Boys, number 134. If you want to support us, come and support us. Pop down pit. We'll all be in pits because endurance, we all get in pits. So come down, have a chat with us, have a laugh. Makes no difference. So if you're at Donington for last round, come and say hello. We're winners. We're all winners. We are doing it as a team event, and can't wait, to be honest. That's Donington. Right. Enough about that. British Superbikes. This weekend, so I did work away last weekend. Hence no live this last week. British Superbikes. So I've come back. I've had British Superbikes, World Superbikes, MotoGP, all to watch. What we on? Wednesday? Yeah, I've watched it all already. Hours. There is certain stuff I haven't watched. I've still got to watch like warm-ups and stuff like that. I skipped at main races. British Superbikes, I like the concept. 4 races instead of 3. And I do like the concept of having shorter races. You know, instead of like the 20-odd lap, 24 laps. The 12 laps I thought were really good because they're all like sprint races. And in reality, that's what we do. So I really did like that concept. What I didn't like were some other races that they put on, and they didn't show them all. I know a lad who's in the sport bike, Lewis Smart. If you want anything to do with any involvement with British Superbikes, and you want to get involved with your young'un, Lewis Smart, number 32, Smart Racing. fantastic lad. Really think he's brilliant. His dad's his mechanic, comes with his mechanic. Gavin's done the walk around at Donington last time we were there. If you want anything to do with British Superbikes, get in touch with Smart Racing, Lewis Smart 32, and just have a chat, see what you can work out with them. I'll always promote him. I think he's brilliant. Really nice lad. Very well mannered. But yeah, I didn't get to watch him. Did see Caden. So Caden Wilkinson, he did the Super Stock. Caden was at Snetterton and he hasn't raced since because he's been doing British Superbikes. He's in Super Stock, and yeah, he did all right. He did all right. He's probably where I am in reality to racing, but obviously he's much higher level than me. But Caden's done well as well, and a few lads who race, to be honest, have jumped in British Superbikes last couple of rounds. So it's been good to think, seeing him at racetrack. So British Superbikes, really good. Just a bit of a letdown on coverage. I did think the coverage was a bit poor. Just because there's some races you don't want to watch, and I'm sure they can fit others in. World Superbikes. Oh no, let's go back to British. Scott Redding. He had a good weekend, I suppose, Dwayne. I thought he'd bring it a bit more to Kyle, Dwayne, especially after the first race. I thought, oh, it's on, but didn't seem that way. Kyle just raced really well. Can't take anything from him. Josh Brooks did all right as well. I'm a bit of a fan of Josh Brooks. I do like Josh Brooks. I know he's getting on a bit. He's so much younger than me. But I've always liked Josh Brooks ever since he come in into British Superbikes. Didn't like it when he went to Worlds, but he came back and showed how good a rider he were. But no, British Superbikes, enjoyed watching it in reality. The race, I think them 12-lap races were so much better than the dragged out 20-odd lappers. And then we've got World Superbikes. Well, what can I say about that? I am the English version of Top Rack. Don't believe me? Go and watch race 3. Race 3 at Cadwell. You'll see how good I were on them brakes. I did name it Braking Like Top Rack. That's what it felt like for me. Is there another level? I can't wait for next year when he goes to British World MotoGP. Alex Lowe's on podium. Sam were a bit of a letdown. They could have had brothers on podiums again. I really do like Lowe's twins. I really do. And I don't want to say they're just the Crash brothers, because Alex didn't, but Sam did, and I do. I do like him the same, but I do want Sam just to do that little bit better because he's on that Ducati, Mark VDS team, and I just thought it'd be a bit more competition this year. Like proper every round. And it's all right me saying keep on it, doing it's one of them. But I did love it. Johnny Ray, I thought he rode brilliant. Say he's just come back from injury. Vickers just can't seem to get anything, can he? He's doing all right. Then he gets a penalty for some reason or another. So he's doing well. He really is doing well. So I did it. Tom Booth Amos. I do watch literally all racing, to be honest. Tom Booth Amos, third place again. He's had a fantastic year this year. Tom Booth Amos. So absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it's one of them. What's he going to do next year? I don't know if he's moving up or if he'll be even better next year. But definitely really good for Brits. And I think it is more of a Brits competition now, isn't it? If you look at how many Brits are in it. Well, let's go to MotoGP because I've been on nearly an hour. MotoGP, I absolutely love MotoGP. Well done, Alex. Beat his brother fair and square in long race as well. So absolutely beat his brother. Mark couldn't touch him. In fairness, brilliant celebrations. That's what brothers should do, I think. Especially, I do think they help each other, which is absolutely fine. The brothers, why would you not? They both race Ducatis. One's a year older than other Ducatis, or should I say, one's got more technology than other. Jack Miller, he's pulled it out of the bag. He's secured his contract, hasn't he, with Top Rack. So Miller and Top Rack, that'll be a right combo. Top Rack because he's brand new. Jack because of his knowledge of like the V4s, because they're supposed to be on V4s next year, I think. That'll be good. I wish Zarco could keep on bike. I've always said I like Zarco and Quartararo. Even though they're French, I'll not hold out against them. I do think they're good. Really, really good. Good about Motor 2. Not the racing. Racing was really good. I think Jake Dixon's fantastic. I thought he was brilliant in British Superbikes. I talked about that last time, I think, on chatting poo. I do like Jake Dixon. He's going to British World Superbikes. I thought he might have been our chance to get someone into GP, but obviously not. And that leaves Eddie O'Shea and Scott Ogden, which I don't think Eddie's ready to move up to Motor 2 yet. Scott's doing okay. He's still in that top 12, isn't he? He's still in top 12. Started off brilliant at the beginning of the season as well. He just seems to be mid-pack now. Mid-pack. You've seen how fast they go. But Scott Ogden, is he going to move up to Motor 2? I don't know. I think Eddie O'Shea, it's going to be a few years before we get someone in MotoGP. No one's ready. I don't think no one's ready in British Superbikes. Definitely no one's ready in World Superbikes to take that step up. If anything, people are moving down from MotoGP into World. I just love racing. Not good for girlfriend. She has to put up with me sat in here watching for hours watching motorbikes. She probably hates the sound of it. That's why she don't come racing. So it is one of them. What other racing were on? I didn't watch the girls one, even though Chloe Jones, is it? Chloe Jones got on pole. I saw something on that, but I didn't watch it. Like I say, I haven't watched every single part of racing. I just watched the main events, and like Motor 3, Motor 2, Motor GP, same as British Superbikes. But I didn't, I haven't watched the girls one. The women's one, sorry, which I probably will just to see how she did, because obviously as a Brit, she got on pole, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Now I've got Donington. I'll do a live again next week. We're going down to visit my son this weekend, so not doing anything with bike. I've got to change my tyres. Had a bit of a braking issue. I put some brand new pads in, and I think they must be buckled or warped, or the pads, because I just couldn't get them over discs. And my discs are fine. I tried 2 sets of wheels and it did same on both. I've stripped my calipers fully down, done a full clean-up on them. But I've had to buy some more brake pads because of it. What else? Bike's ready. Bike is ready. It's just this soggy in middle. Right, so I think I've got to do like change my wheels back and tyres and all that sort of stuff. So that's not an issue. Doorbell. Right, so I am going to leave it there. If you have watched, thank you. If you're not subscribed, drop us a subscribe. Definitely put a like, because then it spreads it more on YouTube, the algorithms. It likes for some reason. And I will catch you probably next Wednesday. I've got a video coming out tomorrow, and I won't put it, I don't know how to do that, but you know, I've learned a lot of how to do stuff on YouTube. But there's a video coming out tomorrow, which is the start of the Alton Park race weekend that we had, and then I'll be dropping them videos in accordingly. Thanks for everyone who's joined, and I will catch you later.